Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. We are pleased to have Sonny Searles with us today. Mr. Searles will sign the ceremony for the benefit of the hearing impaired. Reverend Timothy Daly will deliver the invocation. Reverend.
Wise and gracious one, we ask your blessings upon the students, faculty, and staff of Embry-Riddle University. We have been called to the high task of seeking knowledge, promoting ethics, and seeking growth in mind, body, and spirit. We give thanks for the gifts of this class of 2001 and the ways they have made this university a better place for having been here. Grant students and families joy and satisfaction as they see their dreams of graduation fulfilled this day. We ask this, confident of your blessings. Amen.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Embry-Riddle's Summer 2001 graduation ceremony. It's a great pleasure to welcome the families, friends of the graduates, community friends, our distinguished guests to the most important and probably the most anticipated event on our academic calendar, graduation. Now I am pleased to introduce the Chancellor of Daytona Beach Campus, Dr. Thomas Conley. Dr. Conley.
Good morning, everyone. And I'd like to add my welcome to Dr. Harax. At this time, I am pleased to introduce our very distinguished graduation speaker and the very first alumnus of the Daytona Beach campus to be invited to return to speak to a graduating class. Maury Hussein is the president and CEO of Intervest Construction Incorporated, otherwise known as ICI, which he founded in 1980. Since then, he has built thousands of homes in numerous counties throughout the state of Florida. ICI is now listed as the largest residential developer and home builder in Volusia County and was ranked by Builder Magazine this year as the 88th largest home builder in the nation. Please join me in welcoming Maury Hussein.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Dr. Conley, for those kind words and that gracious introduction. I would like to introduce my wife, Farouk, my mom, Mrs. Hosseini, my children, Nellie, Nina, and Nika, my sister and brother, Miriam and Mike, and I'm also proud to introduce my partner, Nasser Babazadeh. Please stand up. First of all, may I say that I consider it both an honor and a privilege to address you today at this outstanding institution, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. In the words of George Burns, the secret of a good sermon is having a good beginning and a good ending and having the two as close together as possible. I'm not making any promises, but I will be as brief as possible in bringing my message to you. I offer my sincere congratulations on your graduation and the goals you have achieved so far. I use the word so far because I know that each and every one of you here today have many other goals, aspirations, and dreams which are yet to be achieved. You are at a major crossroads of your lives. Equipped with an education, I'm confident that you would achieve those goals without my small word of wisdom. And I must say that I'm surprised so many of my own company executives are here in the audience as they hear my sermons on a daily basis. With all of my company executives and employees who wants to hear another one of my sermons, please stand up. These guys are the backbone of my company, our company. However, if you will indulge me, I have a few thoughts about molding your future that I would like to share with you. There have been many notable speakers who have shared the honor of delivering Embry-Riddle's commencement speeches. The one very important distinction between me and at least the last 5 who have addressed the graduating class is that I am one of you. Exactly 20 years ago, I was sitting where you are and received my MBA, and I might add with distinction, from one of the finest educational institutions in the country, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. To me, that happened only yesterday. It is true that I have been fortunate and I have achieved many successes in my life, both personally and professionally. However, I truly believe there are specific choices we make in our lives that will bring about a genuine difference in the degree of happiness and success we achieve in what is now a very globalized community in the 21st century. Your very presence here today shows that you understand the first step towards a successful future lies in a quality education. English essayist Joseph Addison once wrote, "What a sculpture is to a block of marble, education is to the soul." It is true that a block of marble will stand in strength and endure centuries of existence. But when an accomplished artist sculpts that same piece of marble, it becomes a thing of beauty. It takes on a purpose and a full meaning to its existence. Your life have gone on without an education, as it unfortunately does for many in our world. But again, in Addison's word, education can bring beauty to one's very soul. I see great beauty all around me here today. You have shown your wisdom in the attainment of a quality education. Now the question becomes, how will you use that education and where will you go from here? Your education is merely the starting point. There are fundamental characteristics that will help define who you become. In other words, what does your individual block of marble consist of? For me, some would insist that my block of marble drives them to their limit. And yes, I have propelled people beyond their limit at certain times. They may say pushed. But that is what I deem to be one of my personal strengths, the capacity to bring out the best performance in people. I could have not gotten where I am today alone. It took the combined efforts of my team. I have been lucky enough to have the ability to build many great teams. I have hundreds of talented and successful employees, some with and some without the advantage of higher education. The common threads of their success lies in their personal strength, a strength such as a strong work ethic, the fortitude to deal head-on with adversity rather than dodging responsibility, being conscientious enough to maintain the highest of standards in the quality of one's work, taking responsibility for one's action, good or bad, being creative enough to think outside the box, and courageous enough to challenge the system if it is not working or could be working better. Having the commitment to improve the whole team rather than advancing one's own personal gain. Above all, never compromising integrity. In my own case, perseverance, determination, and insight had served me well. These traits, coupled with my education and hard work, have resulted in my ability to prosper. However, there are two events in my life that had a great impact on me. First, let me tell you about the time I tried to obtain my first student visa. I was 15 years old. I vividly recall the day when I left my home in Iran in pursuit of a better opportunity for education. Once the plane was in the air, bound for England, reality set in. I was thinking, God, what have I done? I left a great life and a home filled with the loving support and comforts a young man could ever hope to possess. I was on my way to a country I knew nothing about, and I didn't even speak the language. I was overwhelmed. After a few weeks of getting settled in London, the time came to secure my student visa. Since I have been pre-warned that the visa office was an extremely difficult place to find, and that the visa process was an often futile, I had arranged for someone who had done this many times before to go with me and translate. But after days and days of him canceling out on me, I had no choice but to go alone, as the deadline for my safe harbor as a foreign student was down to the wire. It was the last day. Since I didn't know the way there, I started out real early. What I was told was a 1-hour bus ride turned into a 4-hour journey because I kept getting lost. But I finally found the place. Once there, I took a number and sat waiting for hours for my name to be called. It was like eternity. As closing time drew near, I felt panicky because I knew that if I didn't obtain my student visa this day, I could be stranded. Finally, hearing my name, I approached a daunting counter and produced my passport to a tired and impatient-looking agent who barked at me, "What do you want?" My English was too poor to communicate well or understand what the agent was saying. He shoved the passport back at me and again I pushed it back through the same small window. He refused to look at it and sent it towards me. I knew that this was it. If I didn't make him understand, I would probably be deported, giving up any chances for the future that I had envisioned for myself. So one last time, I pushed my passport back. Now the agent was really frustrated with me, and I had no way to convey my need other than with my fierce determination, which by this time had turned to tears. Finally, he saw my desperation, and he came around from behind the counter, eliminating the physical barrier that stood between us. He brought me around to his side, gave me a drink of water, calmed me down, and slowly, with bursts of words and gestures, we communicated with one another. In the end, I was issued a 6-month visa, which surprised many of my foreign classmates back at the school, who had to settle for much shorter 3-month visa. As I sat on that bus, heading back, I promised myself, from that day forward, there would be no turning back for me. That was the start of my journey that eventually brought me to the land of opportunity, the United States of America, and to Embry-Riddle to pursue of my further education. It was only the beginning, as it is for many of you graduates today. Your degree is the foundation for what lies ahead, depending upon your creative interest, personal strength, and abilities. With my formal education behind me, I embarked upon the launching of my own company, hence ICI was born. Coming from such a different culture and nationality, establishing myself in the business community here was not an easy hurdle to overcome. I can remember attending my first trade show a few months after opening my business. I overheard a large developer say to another, "I give him 6 months and he'll be gone." Well, guess what? Equipped with those characteristics I spoke of earlier, I endured. That was 20 years ago, which brings me to the second event that had a great impact on my life. It was August of 1990. I returned to the US from abroad after taking an extended vacation. My first after working every day, 7 days a week, for over 10 years. The news was not good. After being back only a few days, I realized that a serious economic depression had hit. Banks that I had been dealing with for years were being taken over by the government and going bankrupt. My company, the one that I had worked so passionately to build, was upside down. For a month, I felt kicked hard, while I watched before my very eyes as other businesses were folding all around me. I felt defeated. The fear of failing my company and my employees was suffocating me. A full night's sleep for me lasted no more than a couple of hours. I became angry and felt betrayed, but soon realized that none of this would save ICI. I could not let myself give in. I wrestled with strategies to preserve what I had worked so hard for. Once again, I was filled with that same determination and resolve that I had felt 19 years earlier in London, when I sat on that bus leaving the visa office. As I had promised myself then, the same held true. There was no turning back for me. I successfully led my organization through the economic depression, and 4 short years later was named Florida Entrepreneur of the Year in the construction and real estate industry, the first foreigner in Florida to ever receive this prestigious award and the first person ever in Central Florida to be named in this category. As I leave you today, I will remind you again of the importance of building on the foundation of your education. Know who you are. Learn your own strengths and use them to the best of your abilities. I will also tell you to do more. In the words of an unknown author, do more than just exist, live. Do more than touch, feel. Do more than look, observe. Do more than read, observe. Do more than hear, listen. Do more than listen, understand. Do more than think, reflect. And finally, do more than just talk, say something. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Hosseini, for your kind words of advice for our graduates. Would you please join me at the podium for a special recognition? At this time, I would like to introduce the President of Embry-Riddle International University, Dr. George Epps. Dr. Epps.
For those very encouraging words. I have no doubt that your comments, your observations, and your story will resonate with this terrific graduating class for years to come. I need to take a few minutes to share with you a bit more about Maury Hosseini, this year's graduating speaker. You've already gathered his diplomas. You've already got the sense that he's had a couple of degrees. Actually, it's very significant. Maury is a graduate of Embry-Riddle International University, just as you're becoming, and he is the first ever to address a graduating class. He's a graduate not once, but twice. He received his Bachelor of Science degree in Aerospace Studies and then went on to earn a Master's of Science in Business Administration. Knowing Maury as well as I do, I'm not quite sure how he accomplished all these feats, but he did. With distinction. His wife, Faru, received her Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science from Embry-Riddle. The story doesn't end there. Maury's sister, Miriam Diaby, and his brother Mike also attended Daytona Beach campus. So as you can see, the connections between Embry-Riddle and the Hosseini family run very deep. As Dr. Connolly has said, Maury Hosseini has worked hard to achieve the most prominent position for ICI, Intervest Construction Incorporated, over the past 20 years. In addition to his business success, Maury has received numerous awards for his unselfish contributions to his community and to others less fortunate than you or me. Among these are the 2001 Salvation Army Leadership Award, recognition from the Habitat for Humanity, and the Enterprise Award from the Daytona Beach, Halifax Area Chamber of Commerce. And he and Faru have been leaders in the growth and prominence of the Persian community here in Volusia County. The Volusia Home Builders Association also named Maury Builder of the Year, and he serves on the board of the National Home Builders Association of Atlanta. He's a member of Embry-Riddle's Board of Trustees, serving on the Academic, Development, and Finance Committee. Maury is truly the epitome of what all of us hope to achieve. Successful not only in his business life, but steadfast and dedicated to his family, his country, Iran, and his unwavering belief in the American dream. I've been around a lot of interesting and successful people in my life. Few have made the kind of impression upon me as has Maury. He loves his family, he loves his homeland, he loves America, and he loves Embry-Riddle. What an inspiration for all of us. Now, I must share one other thing. As Maury mentioned, he has 3 daughters. Nellie, who will enter college next year, and his twins, Nita and Nika. At this summer's youth basketball camp, Nika won her camp's Coaches Award. Not because she fell in love once again with Coach Ritter, but because she exemplified the attitude, work ethic, grit and determination to succeed in her group, just like her father did when he was a student and as a businessman. Congratulations, Nika, and thanks, Maury, for setting the example. Now it gives us all great pleasure to present to Maury Hosseini, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University's Distinguished Speaker Award. This award recognizes individuals who, through their professional accomplishments, national or international stature, or exceptional contributions to society, have distinguished themselves. There is no doubt Mr. Hosseini qualifies on all counts. We at Embry-Riddle proudly present to you one of our own, Maury Hosseini.
At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Ms. Kathy Diener, Dean of Students, for a special presentation. Ms. Diener.
Each commencement, an outstanding graduating senior is selected to receive the Chancellor's Award. Candidates for this award of distinction are selected on the basis of academic excellence, campus activities, and contributions to the university and the local community. These students are leaders who challenge others around them to think, to question, and to act, and are recommended by representatives of the faculty, the staff, and the student body. Nominations for this honor reflects campus-wide recognition of outstanding accomplishments. Settling on a list of finalists was difficult, and selecting a recipient means to deny some of our finest students the recognition they too should receive. At this time, we would like to have the 3 finalists stand and be presented to you. They represent the very best we have at Embry-Riddle. They are Bo Ashley, graduating with an aeronautical science degree and a 3.681 GPA. Rebecca Billmeyer, graduating with a degree in engineering physics and a 3.921 GPA. Remain standing, please. And Rob Eichelbaum, graduating with a degree in aeronautical science and a 4.0 GPA. Dr. Conley, would you join me at the podium to announce this year's recipient of the Chancellor's Award?
Thank you very much, Dean Diener. And I'm very pleased to announce the senior who is receiving the Chancellor's Award with Rob Eichelbaum. Please come forward. Rob Eichelbaum is graduating today with a Bachelor of Science degree in Aeronautical Science, summa cum laude, with a cumulative grade point average of 4.0. Rob has been an active participant and a distinguished student leader throughout his Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University experience. He's been on the Dean's List every semester. He was selected to Who's Who in American colleges and universities. Rob is this year's recipient of the Aeronautical Science Department Chairman's Award. He also received the Moxley and the Barfield Scholarships for Excellence in the field of aviation. Now you gotta listen to this. Rob entered the university in the fall of 1998 with no flight time. Within 14 months, he obtained all his flight ratings through the university, to include his flight instructor certificate, his instrument instructor certificate, and his multi-engine instructor certificate. He successfully completed the requirements for his 4-year degree in aeronautical science in 3 years, while simultaneously working for the university as a teaching assistant in the computer science department, and then as a flight instructor and ground instructor. During his time here, he was elected to the student government as an aeronautical science student representative. Rob has also been involved in the community through such programs as the Student Government Progress Committee and the Kiwanis Club. Rob did an internship with United Airlines and participated in the Atlantic Coast Airlines Bridge Program. He's accepted a position with Atlantic Coast Airlines as a flight officer for the Canadair Regional Jet. And his plans include flying for United Airlines in the very near future. Rob Eichelbaum clearly exemplifies a well-rounded, exceptional student leader. I am pleased to recognize his many academic, professional, and community achievements by presenting him with this award. Congratulations, Rob, on receiving the Chancellor's Award for your outstanding scholarship and leadership, and our very best wishes for your continued success.
At this time, it's my pleasure to recognize several distinguished group of students. First, Embry-Riddle is fortunate to have several Armed Forces Commissioning Program active on the Daytona Beach campus. The Air Force ROTC detachment has the largest elective enrollment of any civilian institution in the country, while the Army ROTC is rated on the top 2% in the nation. Some of our students also join the Navy and Marine Corps through off-campus programs. We are extremely proud of our graduates who are become the new second lieutenants in our nation's armed forces. Will the new lieutenants please stand at this time and be recognized? Continuing our recognition of special achievements, we wish to present the graduates who are completing their degrees with honors. They will be recognized individually when their names are announced as they cross the stage to receive their diplomas. As a group, graduates wearing white coats have achieved grade point average of between 3.5 and 3.69 and are graduating cum laude with honors. Will these students please stand and be recognized? Graduates wearing red coats have achieved grade point average of between 3.70 and 3.89 and are graduating magna cum laude with great honors. Will these students please stand and be recognized? Graduates wearing gold cords have earned a grade point average of between 3.9 and 4.0 and are graduating summa cum laude with highest honors. Will these students please stand and be recognized? Today, you are joining a very special family, one that numbers over 40,000 members located throughout the world. Family members who are leaders in aviation and aerospace industry. In honor of your achievements and to recognize you as a member of the Embry-Riddle family, you will be receiving a pen signifying your alumni status. Wear it with pride, and on behalf of the University Office of Alumni Relations and the Alumni Associations, I wish each and every member of the class of summer 2001 luck, success, and happiness. At this time, the faculty are pleased to present the candidates for graduate degrees from both Daytona Beach and extended campuses.
Professor Tim Brady will present the candidates for the degree of Master of Aeronautical Science. Candidates for the degree of Master of Aeronautical Science: Basim Khalid Al-Warki, Gary Christopher Lech, with distinction. Vicki Lynn Ramos. Professor Frank Radasta will present the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering: Mohana Saman Al-Wami, Karo Ito. Professor Daniel Petrie will present the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration in Aviation. Candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration in Aviation: Osama Mohammed Al-Saeed, Tamila Curtis, Anthony DeToro, Lisa Ann Hagan, Guillermo E. Martinez Omana, Ariurios Theodosios, with distinction. Professor John Williams will present the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Human Factors and Systems. Candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Human Factors and Systems: Elizabeth Lynn Bricks, with distinction. Darren Paul Wilson. This concludes the master's candidates from the Daytona Beach campus.
Ladies and gentlemen, the extended campus oversees residence centers in the United States and throughout the world. We are pleased to have a number of their students and faculty here today to participate with the Daytona Beach campus in our commencement ceremony. At this time, the faculty of the extended campus are pleased to present the candidates for graduate degrees. Dr. Leon Flancher, Chancellor of the extended campus, will present the extended campus degrees.
Candidates for the degree of Masters of Science in Industrial Optimization: David Diaz, with distinction. Alberto E. Garces, Sean Michael Greenwell, with distinction. Bonnie Halji, with distinction. Kumar P. Singh. Glenn Edward Snyder, with distinction. David Edward Whitaker, with distinction. Candidates for the degree of Master of Aeronautical Science: Linnell Darrell Evans, Michael Walter Hyde, Andrew Thomas Johnson, Drew Locker, Orlando Raimundo Villaverde, Cassandra Leah Woody. Candidate for the degree of Master of Business Administration in Aviation: Robert P. Liss. Candidates for the degree of Masters of Science in Technical Management: Kathleen M. Brenna, with distinction. Glenn Paul Davis, Willie Fox, Robert Stephen Herman, Stephen Garth Kane, with distinction. Leslie J. Lake, Wade Allen Lester, Michael George Madden, with distinction. Scott Richard Newland, with distinction. Jean Ann Phillips, with distinction. James Wayne Pigford, with distinction. David Dean Rohenkohl, James Stephen Rosenbauer, with distinction. Michael David Stevens, James Lewis Stratton. Patricia J. Stratton, with distinction. Terry Allen Zack. This concludes the master's candidates from the extended campus.
At this time, the faculty of the University campus are pleased to present the candidates for undergraduate degrees.
Professor Dave Esser will present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Science. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Science. Ricardo Acevedo. Eric Timothy Adams, magna cum laude. Mark E. Alexander. Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Bo James Ashley, Alpha Omicron Alpha, Omicron Delta Kappa, cum laude. Justin Thomas Offman. Matthew L. Bartlett. Christopher Stephen Battalion. Eric Jason Brandt, cum laude. Kurt John Karabakis, magna cum laude. Timothy Ernest Caruso. Wei Chin. Jason Allen Cleary. Patrick Shane Cotter. Christian Daniel DeConta. David Daugherty. Stephen Douglas Davis, cum laude. Josiah Christian Dewey. Darren Michael Dodd. Nathan Luke Duncan, summa cum laude. Rob Scott Eichelbaum, summa cum laude. Benjamin Taylor Fingerson, Alpha Omicron Alpha, magna cum laude. Kevin John Fratini. George Andrew Gamaldi III, Alpha Omicron Alpha, cum laude. Christopher Charles Greaves, magna cum laude, Alpha Omicron Alpha. Matthew Corey Hansen. Timothy Michael Hendricks, magna cum laude. Travis Lee Hill. Annie Hollinger. James H. Hunt III. Jason Ireland. Ronald Ray Jarman. Matthew Robert Jones. Harris L. Cartudez. Joseph Richard Casimir. Jiu Kim. Todd Devlin Kirkland. Robert Henry Krasiak. Kevin Boulan Lagraza. Anna Danielle Langell. William Brad Larian. Lars Eric Lindblad, Alpha Omicron Alpha. Gregory Allen Long. Travis Wade Lumley. Charles Nicholas Makish. Frank Edward Marchesi, summa cum laude. Ryan Christopher Marlatt. Brian Scott McGowan. Jason Peter McLean. Ross Colin McPhail. Jerron Meinzen Durr, summa cum laude. Joseph Charles Miller. Robert Sherwood Morgan, II. Mark Abram Murin, summa cum laude, Alpha Omicron Alpha. Michael Charles Nathan. Charles Christopher Newcomb. Tan B. Nago. Daniel Pruitt North. David Matthew Olinsky. Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force. Dana Michael Parmenter. Dominic Peter Badula. Aaron Mark Peterson, magna cum laude. Brett William Peterson. Christine Mary Petranic. Meredith Lee Penny. Justin Dalton Howitt. Justin Michael Perot. Michael Dale Howe. Edwin Russell Rotan, II. Michael Brian Schneider, cum laude. Darrell Paul Sepperon. Brendan Burke Skelly, Alpha Omicron Alpha. Michael Dwayne Spangler. Owen Andrew Thiason. Rishi Tilak. Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Brian David Tilson, cum laude. Christopher Michael Tomlinson. John Belmont Tudela. Joseph John Teruda, Jr. Ase Aisato. Robert Preston Van Stronder. Sean Robert Bade. Richard Joseph Boyd. Sean Brendan Whalen. Adam Ashley Willis. A.G. Yoshimoto, cum laude, Alpha Omicron Alpha. Darren Matthew Jaworski. Professor Dave Esser will present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Professional Aeronautics. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Professional Aeronautics. Philip Andrew Bagood. Douglas A. Hancock. Professor Tim Brady will present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Air Traffic Management. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Air Traffic Management. Chad Allen Miller. Brandon Eugene Smith, cum laude. Professor Frank Radasta will present the candidates for the degrees from the Aerospace Engineering and Civil Engineering departments. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Eric Coy Adunaga, cum laude. Saleh Ahmed Al-Shahid. Cynthia Ann Bradley. Kari Peter Erickson. Yoshio Tang. Carrie Renee Klingenberg. Eric Michael Lang. Abdu Malajada. Joshua Manyara Moshashi, magna cum laude. Milton Luke Reese, Jr. Christian W. Schott, Sigma Tau Delta. Professor Nancy Parker will present the candidates from the Aerospace Studies program. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Studies. Trevor Harold Albert. Ian Michael Cunningham. Gypsy Ann Kimbrough. Michael Paul Locasio. Lisa Lorraine Palmer. Hendrik Peter Shield. J.D. Taz Torres. John M. Timchin. David H. Wang. Christopher Kurt Whitmer. Professor John Williams will present the degrees from the Human Factors and Systems Department. Candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Applied Experimental Psychology. Mary Ann Mills, magna cum laude. Candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Human Factors Psychology. Angela Christina Novitskis, cum laude. Professor Daniel Petrie will present the candidates from the Business Administration Department. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Business Administration. Shelley Buchanan. Pamela Susan Edojian. Jacob George, who's who among students in American universities and colleges. Eric A. Gearhart. Melissa M. Gonzalez. Christopher Elliott Hahn. Keelan Kang. Sammy Kodoba. Jason Michael Lehman, magna cum laude. Mario Omadaka. Antonio Pasarillo. Mandy Lynn Porter. Stacy Denise Roger. William Tomasulo. Alpha P. Trevetti. Samuel Andrew Barco III. Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Douglas Paul Washington II. Michael John Wooldridge, magna cum laude, who's who among colleges and universities, Delta Nu Delta, Phi Beta Lambda. Candidate for the degree of Associate in Science in Aviation Business Administration. Deborah Butts. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Management. Douglas Wilkinson Bridges, Jr. Michael C. Lawrence. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Maintenance Management. Anastasio Baker. Richard Michael Christian. Jason Craig Holloman. Thor Nightstar. Sandy Lok Chan King. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Management of Technical Operations. Jerusha Al-Thai. Travis Ryan Millett. Professor Nancy Parker will present the candidate from the Humanities and Social Science Department. Candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Communication. Michelle Ray. Professor Peter Pierpont will present the candidates from the Engineering Technology Department. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aircraft Engineering Technology. Zayad Abdul Wahab Al-Adi. Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force, Raymond Kelly, Jr. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Technology. Matthew Joseph Danneman. Meseret Ephron. Yvonne Sean Garner. Chase Marco Hamilton. Dionez Majogo. Kevin Michael Wheat. Candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Avionics Engineering Technology. Mohammed S. Sadawi. Professor Michael Williams will present the candidates from the Aviation Maintenance Technology Department. Candidate for the degree of Associate in Science in Aircraft Maintenance. Mark Lewis Burrell. Candidates for the degree of Associate in Aviation Maintenance Technology. George Gamboa. Rafael F. Sanchez. Professor Rodney Piercy will present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering Physics. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering Physics. Rebecca Renee Billmeyer, summa cum laude, Omicron Delta Kappa. Desiree Estibel Denning. This concludes the candidates for the undergraduate degrees from the Daytona Beach campus.
Faculty representing campus are pleased to present their candidates for undergraduate degrees. Attention.
Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aviation Business Administration. Donette Monica Cox. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Management of Technical Operations. Juan Luis Benitez, magna cum laude. Stephen R. Bennett, magna cum laude. Eric Richard Koblenz, magna cum laude. Nelson Douglas Fine, cum laude. Richard Frederick Haney, summa cum laude. Douglas Aaron Lynn, cum laude. Eric R. Martin, magna cum laude. Michael Dale Parker, magna cum laude. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Professional Aeronautics: Lyle R. Albert, Stephen R. Aragon, John P. Burton III, Larry Marino Calderon, Jr., cum laude. John V. Centimore, Jr. Sterling Neal Charles, Devin Scott DeVar, Leonard Edward DeZiz, cum laude. Mark John Ebert, magna cum laude. Chris Sante Farrell, cum laude. Veronica Mercedes Garcia, Joseph Allen Giles, Robert Allen Giles, Stephen James Greer, Tom Edward Hacker, Nabil Hekimian, Andrew Todd Harden, Lawrence H. Jakes, Timothy Dale Jones, Susan K. Knapp, Michael Lazazzera, David L. Livermore, Monica A. McNally, Anthony Masserino, Tammy Faye Migrant, Doyle Spence Nerone, Michael Patrick Sean O'Leary, Ralph Patterson, Jr., Mark Allen Porterfield, Scott Cameron Pottorff, Ravi Roger Ramnaran, cum laude. Brian Keith Seidel, Richard N. Shaw, Ronald Andrew Schultz, Carlos Arturo Silva, cum laude. Sandra Ann Stack, cum laude. Patrick Ryan Stewart, Daniel Allen Trevor, cum laude. Jason Shelby Williams, Ronald Allen Wingfield. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the presentation of candidates for the degree of 2001 commencement ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. J. Adams, a member of Emerald's Board of Trustees, will join me in conferring the degrees. Mr. Adams, will you join me at the podium? Will all the candidates for degrees please rise? Upon the recommendation of the faculty of Emerald Aeronautical University, it is my honor to present to you the candidates for graduation.
Thank you. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer to you, as appropriate, the associate degree, the associate in science degree, the bachelor's degree, the Bachelor of Science degree, the master's degree, the Master's of Science degree, with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left.
Please be seated. I would like to thank Mr. J.B. Caldwell, Associate Director of our Recreational Sports for the Daytona Beach campus, and Ms. Val Cruzzi, our Director of Records and Registration, for assisting us with reading the students' names and distributing the diplomas. Thank you. I would also like to recognize the Melbourne Municipal Band under the direction of Mr. Claire Christie, who are providing the music for us today. Thank you. The interest, dedication, and support from these group of people play a very important part in our success of our university. The first, our Board of Trustees, Board of Visitors, officers of the university, and Professor Maratai. Will you please stand so that we may recognize you? Thank you. The individuals who have played a major role in preparing our graduates for their future careers are the faculty. Will the faculty please stand and be recognized? Thank you. The individuals who have managed the day-to-day operations of the university and who have maintained a close relationship in the development of our graduates are the members of our staff. Will they too please stand and be recognized? Thank you. The most honored guests here today are the families of our graduates. Their love and support have made this day possible. Will please they stand?